This is Mommying While Muslim, recorded live and unedited. Watch as Zaiba and Uzma record their podcast, see their reactions, and find out for yourself what all the buzz is about.
Our trusted partner, Guidance Residential, the #1 U.S. Islamic home financing provider, is offering an exciting Ramadan special. This Ramadan, take advantage of their home purchase savings program by following 3 easy steps. Learn how to do that when you experience the guidance difference, and learn more at gr.link/Ramadan-FB-MWM-MAR23.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Mommyingwhilemuslim podcast. This is Uzma Jaffrey.
And this is Zaiba Hassan. Before I pushed record, I was commenting on Uzma's beautiful blue color today, matching my pen. For some reason, I've been writing with this pen. It just kind of makes me feel invigorated. So Uzma, how has your Ramadan been going? I feel like we've been like ships passing through the night, obviously doing our own thing. So tell me a little bit about what you've been up to. How's it going? Like, I miss you. What's going on?
Well, I'm glad to be recording with you together again. That's really awesome because yes, we have been missing each other. But yeah, Ramadan has been going okay. It's just like hectic, right? Like basically after 3 p.m., once the school pickups start, and then once you like get iftar ready, then you're at the masjid. We are doing iftar. Our masjid is doing it Friday, Saturday, Sunday over there. So we do it there. And then 4 days a week, I actually have to cook, which stinks.
Oh, yuck. You hate cooking during Ramadan.
I hate cooking during Ramadan, but I'm doing it. And my daughter and I have a nighttime ritual when we come back from Tarawih.
Okay.
And this may explain why I'm not able to sleep after Tarawih, but we have a chai ritual.
Yes.
Now. And the chai ritual.
Okay, so what is this?
Well, it means I have to hide my Kashmiri tea, which is what we're going to be talking about today, because I'm like, you can't use it. Do you understand how precious this is? So she doesn't do loose leaf, which is good. I didn't teach her how to make loose leaf tea, so she only knows how to make tea bags. So she'll make me like tea bag chai, like regular black tea. And then if some night she's like really tired, then I get to have my pink tea by myself, which is really sweet.
Oh, yeah.
That's our ritual. How's it going for you guys?
Obviously we haven't talked about it too much, but I'm recovering from a blood clot in my stomach. It was really kind of scary in the beginning of the Ramadan. So my fatigue level, which is kind of why it was when I have been playing phone tag solo when we can, because honestly, my recovery has been a lot slower than I would have hoped it to be, including pretty much sleeping all day yesterday and then waking up at 6:30 this morning, believe it or not. And I'm just like, I can't get enough sleep, but it is what it is, right? We keep going and going and going. And then God one day wakes up and says, yeah, you're done. And if you're not going to rest, I'm going to rest for you. So the good news is, they're getting to the bottom of it. The medicine is working. The bad news is the medicine, of course, there's always side effects, and the fatigue and low energy is definitely part of my recovery process. But, other than that, I feel extremely blessed. Is another reason why I haven't really been talking about it, because it could have gone a very different way and it didn't. Mm-hmm. So that had me refocus. And obviously my Ramadan is a little bit different than probably what it would have been. So I really am focusing more on the spirituality, the prayers, getting more deep and introspective, because when you're not fasting, because of course I'm not fasting right now, it really makes it different. But I'm still having to get up with my kiddos because they are fasting. I'm still doing the iftar and doing all of that with them, except in that after I pray, I pretty much go to bed, and I'm not doing that nighttime ritual with my baby. So that's kind of my update and why we have been MIA, as far as Uzma's really had to step up to the plate and really help me out here. And without her, I don't know what I would do. So I'm really excited because you have kind of put me onto this chai, and I placed my order. So hopefully it'll be coming soon. So, as we draw closer towards the end of Ramadan, it is fitting to take stock and appreciate all the little things, especially with things that Uzma and I have been going through this last couple of weeks. It really, really helps us to focus on the little things. And we seek profound pleasure in little things that kind of mark that joyous progress door to get us through the end of the month. And chai chai is one of those things, and it's unique in its diversity, as not there's different textures and flavors. Not two cups are the same. And quite frankly, when you're at iftar parties, people kind of want to put their chai forward. You kind of have these chai making contests. And one particular blend we have come across recently is called Chai Shai, founded by this budding entrepreneur, Rabia Faisal, after her chai station garnered positive reviews at different events. The warmth and complexity in the blend make it easily addictive, and my mouth is watering as I'm explaining it to you. It was so popular amongst Uzma and her daughter that they now cannot go an evening without it. No wonder Uzma's having sleep issues, but we're going to talk about that on another day. We truly cannot think of a better way to appreciate Ramadan than to nourish ourselves with delicious food and drinks such as these. And we welcome Rabia, who, by the way, this is her first podcast. So we're breaking her little podcast bubble. And I am so excited to meet you
That
today.
sounded so dirty. Assalamualaikum, Rabia.
Oh, I didn't mean to meet. This is Ramadan. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Thank you so much for the kind words. It is my first podcast, and I am so excited to be here.
We are super excited to have you finally, because it's been a work in progress trying to get all of our favorite things on here and our favorite vendors on here. But we like to kick off the podcast by asking a little bit about your mom's story, whatever you're comfortable sharing about your kids and your momming philosophy.
So I have 3 kids, and I've been married for 17 years, mashallah. I have a 13-year-old, a 11-year-old, and I have a spoiled 7-year-old.
Oh,
And
yeah.
You're
and
the best.
2 out of 3 are major chai lovers. So I think I've done something right. And the older one is just not into it, but it is what it is. You know, they are the reason I do what I do, and I love to do what I do, because I feel like every time I go in my office, every single day I go in my office, I feel like they have, their mom, like my mom was a working mom. They come home to see a working mom, and it gives me so much pleasure in knowing that they see this. They see their mom's a businesswoman, and I started off with them when they were babies at my friends' houses and making chai, and now it's going to Sweden, it's across the nation,
Wow.
and so many different restaurants from California to New Jersey to New York to Michigan. So
Mashallah.
I feel proud that they were my inspiration, even though it took us a little longer to just life happened, kids happen, we need to raise them. But I remember by the time I had my third child, I was like, I can't wait anymore. I need to start this business.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, I think it's 6 years or 7 years later, we are where we are.
Yeah.
We are where we
Mashallah.
are.
That's super incredible. So for people who have never seen you on Instagram and don't know your products and stuff like that, can you tell them a little bit about your family background and maybe how that inspired chai? And then for those our non-Muslim listeners who are tuning in, tell them what chai is and what it is not, especially the terminology. This is very important to me.
Yes. I was going to say, like, can we just take chai tea out
Chai tea
of
latte.
people's?
Don't say that
Can
anymore.
we just take that out of? Just stop.
Don't call it
So
chai
for
tea.
those of you that are that don't speak the lingo, you know how you're going to make yourself like seem cool at parties? Don't walk around with saying chai tea, because it's literally like saying TT. Let's just not do that.
You've just been written off. Like if you
been
said
written
chai
off.
tea, you're done. You lost all
Nobody is
legitimacy.
taking you. Nobody's going to take you seriously.
Poser.
Sorry, Rabia.
Poser.
I absolutely agree. So we're Pakistanis, and my dad is from Mumbai, India, and I was raised in Long Island, New York, with my 4 siblings. And I was raised here, so the first time I went to Pakistan was after I married my husband. So it was much later in life, and my chai love and experience actually comes from our culture and going back home. But the root of it is my dad. My dad was every single day chai making person, and he is the inspiration. He is the reason. He's not in this world anymore, but he's here. And every package I send off, I always say, Daddy, you'd be so proud.
Aww.
My love for tea comes from my father, and the aroma of growing up smelling doodh patti in our house. Doodh patti is milk tea, and if you know someone who is raised back home, their chai is very little water, a whole lot of milk, lots of patti, and they cook it till it's just the whole house will smell like it.
Mhm.
The whole entire house would smell like chai. So that's where my love for chai comes from. But chai is chai. Chai is family to me. Chai is love. Chai is what brings people together. Chai is the starter of the conversation. It ends the conversation. Chai is just so much love for me. I don't know how else to explain chai except from deep rooted love. And if you have a parent who it reminds me of him, and I get to experience that, besides Ramadan, 3 times a day when I'm making chai in the morning, my afternoon tea, my evening tea, or when we're at parties and my 12-year-old is sneaking in somebody's percolator to have chai behind my back. That to me is like, oh my God, if my dad only saw this, if my dad only saw this. So that's what chai is for me.
I absolutely love this. So part of my health journey was that I got rid of coffee altogether. So like I don't drink coffee at all. So I only drink tea. So I love that we're having this conversation. But we kind of alluded to it in the beginning of the podcast, how there are so many different types of blends and leaves, and there's green tea, there's this and this. So how do you create the blends here within the US? And how can we assure our audience about the authenticity of the leaves, right? Because you want certain types of leaf, especially if it's a loose leaf tea. I know we take our tea way too seriously. Like literally this entire episode is going to be about the authenticity and does
The
it smell good?
correct
Like
way to
the
steep.
correct way to steep it, and is it 3 to 5 minutes? But we're going to start off with the basics and just talk about like where do you actually like what's the word? Do you say curate the leaves, or like where do you bring the leaves from, and how do you start with that particular blend that makes you chai shai so unique?
Okay, so first of all, it's really important to know that our production and the origin of our blends come from Pakistan and
Okay.
Iran. So
Okay.
we work with green tea, and the best green tea comes from Iran. If you know, we work with pistachios and almonds. And while they're really common here, my business is small enough where I can control what's coming in and where I want it to come in from. And if you
Mhm.
know Persian almonds and pistachio, they're some of the best. The oil content in them is so natural and it's so delicious. So that's why I choose to work with that. I luckily have a sister who is also a citizen of Iran.
Oh.
Because unfortunately the sanctions and the production to bring all that in, she's able to physically bring it into me from there. So my green tea for my Persian rose kava, my badam, and my pista do come from there. Um, the loose black tea, or the origin of that, is the Kenyan tea leaves and our Kashmiri tea leaves. They're from northern Pakistan.
Hmm.
So I'm very fortunate again to travel to Pakistan every summer. I go for 2 to 3 months, and we have a strict control in production and quality. So I don't want to compromise on both of them. Once once all that is done, the production comes to America. Once it comes to America, then I physically blend them with my own hands. So we have the loose black tea, and then I add the ingredients to them. The cardamom again comes from Iran,
Mm.
and badam. And there's the rose karak, which is the cinnamon, the cardamom, the almonds, the pistachio, and they all get crafted here. So while the origin of the products are coming from outside to meet the demand, and the pricing and the competitiveness, but everything blends over here with these two hands.
I
So
love that.
cool. Yeah. I'm like, this is a terrible topic to talk about when we're hungry, like when we're fasting. Pistachio,
Sometimes,
cardamom, and
sometimes
rose.
You're like, oh my God, I can just smell it.
I'm literally smelling chai and there's no chai.
Yeah.
You just
Oh, I love
smell the
this.
chai. And my office always smells like cardamom. So it's so hard to go in while I'm fasting.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Well, I think it's important for people to understand what's different between your chai and what is commercially available, whether you're buying it in, behind the counter for $5 a cup and somebody's calling it chai tea latte. Oh my God, be still my heart. Or, what we're serving in our kitchens. What makes your chai so different?
So I think a lot of people believe that they cannot make a good cup of chai, which is not true. And with a few simple techniques, it's everyone's able to make a perfect cup to their own taste. We behind the scenes, of course, on our packaging, even the recipe that I have on the back of our packaging is the exact recipe I make for myself. And I encourage our customers to make it the way I make it, just to learn. That's how I always get the perfect color. That's how I get the perfect consistency, the technique. And then after that, if they want to manipulate it, if they want to add more water, add less water, believe it or not, I've been dairy free for so long now that my cup of chai is actually made with coconut milk.
Oh,
I love it.
wow.
I do coconut milk as well. It's so
I have
yummy.
so much love, and I have so many customers across not just America, in different European countries. Are like, hey, I can't drink tea because your chai requires milk, or my family only makes doodh patti. No, you can. You can. You. I. We have experimented so much at this point that we know what coconut milk makes the best cup of chai.
Wow.
You can use the canned coconut milk, the organic coconut milk. You can add a tablespoon per cup. Believe it or not, you will still get the same taste, but it's something you can enjoy. If you have restrictions, doesn't mean you can't enjoy chai. You can absolutely enjoy doodh patti, or any form, any chai at home. Even a Kashmiri chai could be made with almond milk or coconut milk. So that's what I think puts us apart from any restaurant. I feel like when you go into a Pakistani, Indian, or Bangladeshi restaurant, they don't give you that option.
No.
They don't give you an option to make it to your
They'll
liking.
just look at
And
you
there's
like,
so
what are you talking about? You can't take dairy. Like,
it's
neither can
sometimes
90% of us, but we're all drinking it. Like, we just hit the bathroom later.
absolutely. And exactly. And sometimes, you're with your friends and you're with your family and you want that cup so bad, but
Hmm.
you're like, okay, I guess we'll just have to wait. But that's what sets us apart. You can come home, you can make it to your liking, you can serve it to your liking, and it's intimate. It's really love. It's you.
Yeah.
It's you. It's a piece of you that goes into every cup. And before you know it, people only want to drink that cup of chai from your hands
Yeah.
because you've given it a shot. You've realized that yes, everyone is competent. Everyone is capable of making a cup of chai. You
Yeah.
just have to start somewhere.
And I think for the people who are like thinking, like, what is the big deal? You can go to South Asia, you can go to Turkey, you can go to Iran. Those are the places that I know of. I'm not so sure about the Middle East, but I can tell you what my Travi experience is. But in these three places that I'm talking about, and South Asia is big. There's lots of countries there, okay? So, and lots of different cultures within there. But for everybody, the meal is not complete. The meal could be amazing. It could be like a 5-star beard, whatever, the James Beard Award winning like dinner. But if you don't serve it chai at the end, everybody
Absolutely.
will like to you. Like, what the hell? Like, they didn't serve chai? Where's the chai? Everybody's looking for it. And like my Arab khaltos who are in the masjid at Tarawiyah, they're bringing their carafes of Arab tea.
Sure.
Their Arab chai is coming with them. You want chai? You want chai? And it's like, that for me is really,
Yeah.
then I'm not going to sleep the whole night for sure, because that is like tea with cardamom and coffee mixed in it. So it's like,
Oh
I'm
my
not going to drink
gosh.
that because I'll be bouncing off the walls in
So
Tarawih.
guilty. I am so guilty of that because before this business even started, we were a group of friends and we would go to Tarawih together, and I would always bring
That's you.
with our biscuits, with sometimes there are biscuits, and then every time we'd have a break, we'd pour our cups. So that's why when I say chai is love, I mean the memories.
It's a
I mean,
social like thing. Like,
it
it's a
is, it
social
is
ritual that you must go through. And I
absolutely.
think that's for people who are like stumped, that's what it is. Yeah.
It is. And when you sit across the same women, like 7 years later, and they're reminding you of that story, my heart stops because I'm like,
Hmm.
oh my God, we started from a carpet of a masjid to a friend's house during Hanukkah. And where are we now? And it's not me. It's not me that I didn't get here myself. It took a village. It took friends
Hmm.
to support. It took so much energy, so many tears. Nothing happened without, perfectly. There was just so much behind the scenes that got us where we are today. And to be holding a package with our name on it, like I look at it and I'm like, wait, this is us.
Yeah.
It's just an incredible feeling. It's the most grateful, humble feeling in the world. It just feels good to know that God's been so good and
Love
He's been
that.
so good to us. And uh, hard work. If I can do it, honestly, if somebody like me can do it, anybody can, and they should.
I love that.
So I'm interested to know, because I love that the Kashmiri chai is here, but I'm used to using your loose leaf because I don't know. I was just taught that loose leaf is better. It's a huge mess, but you know, it like, I'm like, okay, it like tastes so good. All of my friends are on it this Ramadan. They were all like, hey, where'd you get that Kashmiri tea, that pink tea? Which, by the way, we need you to explain why pink tea is so special, because it's not pink. The leaves aren't pink. So there's like actual chemistry and magic involved in it. My kids love seeing it every time. So you can explain a little bit of that. And then when are you bringing back loose tea, like your regular blend as well? Because I don't think I saw tea bags for that yet.
Okay. So Kashmiri tea is really special. And the way you would get the pink color is from baking soda. And it's an aeration process. You know, when we aerate something, that then even when it's not just Kashmiri chai, if you aerate a Dubai blends, which is a cardamom based tea, that color will turn from a light brown to a dark brown because you've caused a chemical reaction so beautiful that the color needs to change.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same concept with our Kashmiri chai. And Kashmiri chai is an acquired taste. I remember the first time I had it, I was like, what in the world is this? The second time I had it, I was like, I'm going to try this again. The third time I had it, I'm like, I need this in my life every day. And the first time I tried Kashmiri chai was not in America. It was in Pakistan. The first time I went to Pakistan, my sister-in-law took me to this H block in DHA in Lahore, and she said, "You want to try some pink tea?" I said, "No harm. I love chai. Why not?" And I tried it. I'm like, "Oh, this is really salty. This is really interesting." Second time, I added a little sugar to it. The third time, I'm like, "No, I'm going to do it without sugar. I love things the way they're supposed to be," and I fell in love. And I came back home and I would experiment and experiment. Sometimes it would take me 4 hours to get that perfect taste. But then there came a point I'm like, no, I need everyone I know to be on this chai. I need everyone to love it as much as I do. And I want everyone to know how easy it is. So when you speak about bringing the loose tea back for Kashmiri chai, I definitely don't want to. I love the fact that even kids are able to just put a tea bag
Yeah.
in a microwave and just have their Kashmiri chai. And more than that, I know elderlies in nursing homes have
Mm.
this luxury now of having it with their spouses and their friends, and they're able to make it right in the microwave with they don't have an accessible kitchen. And that's what they were doing during the pandemic. And I would get these emails from really elderly people thanking us, and I'm like, oh my God, I think I did something right. Like I'm making them happy.
Yeah.
That
I didn't even think of that.
the duas I'm getting because of that.
Yeah.
But going back to our tea, if we ever get a tea bag for this, let me show you guys. So this is our Dubai blends, right? Which is our most popular
Yeah.
blend. After that is the rose karak. And of course, Kashmiri chai is like the king of it all. But we are actually working very close in production. All our samples have been hand brought in from Pakistan in their tea bag. So I actually sent this bag to Pakistan to our production facility, and I said, convert it all into tea bags. And then
Oh,
my husband physically brought it in. And now, because it's Ramadan, I'm so limited with how much I can try. And it's going to require a lot of testing and tasting and, correcting the recipe. But once that's done, then inshallah, the plan is this summer when I go to Pakistan, we will have a box of 25 tea bags in Dubai night, rose karak, saffron karak, Persian rose kava. So
Inshallah.
that's the plan,
That's
inshallah.
awesome. If it never goes to tea bags, I'm okay, because the loose leaf process for the other chais are like super easy, like way easier
Yeah.
even than Kashmiri chai. Because Kashmiri chai, if you overcook it, it's not that pretty pink color, right? It turns like a ruddy, gross brown.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited with this one because it actually, like, I've never had Kashmiri chai in a tea bag. Like, I don't know anybody who makes it in a tea bag, and it's authentic. And like
Thank
before we even took the plastic off, when it came out of the box, my kids were like, "What is that smell?" We were in the car. I couldn't even wait to open it. I was like, "Oh, I'm opening it on the
oh,
way to Travi." And they're like, "We want to smell it." And they're sniffing it through the plastic. This smells so good. We can't wait to have it. And I was like, "Yeah, right. Like, I'm giving it to all of you."
Uzma, I don't say this enough because I always feel like it's bragging, but I am the first Pakistani girl in this country to come out with this with a box of Kashmiri chai in a tea bag. First Pakistani girl to come out with a chai station concept. First one to come out with a blend. We don't talk about it enough because I'm like, okay, alhamdulillah. What
No,
more
you
can
should talk about
I
it
know
because
you
it's
should really say
okay.
we are the first. Put it on your website or something because it's not on there.
No,
Because
but
we see chai stations now at like weddings and everything. My cousin just had one at her son's akika, and like I don't know, you should have patented it or something.
we are under review for patent as well, but and we have a lot of people copying the concept too, and we're at a point in our lives right now. I am at a point in my life right now where these things just no longer bother me or upset
Hmm.
me, because I feel like the more I focus on my product and myself,
Yes.
I'm just getting better and better at it. The
Hmm.
moment I deteriorate and focus on what anyone else is doing, it just takes so much energy, and my energy right now is for the love of my family, for the love of what I love doing. Like, I have this opportunity, and I don't know how long this opportunity is going to be for, as long as Allah's going to give it to me, right? And I want to invest every second of it. Knowing till I have it, I just want to enjoy what I want to make people happy. And that makes me so happy that something of mine in your kitchen brings a smile to your face. You know what? I just got rewarded for it.
Yeah. No, you're getting a lot
And
of duas, I promise. Yeah.
yeah, so that's
No,
what
that's really funny because we talk about that a lot on our podcast as well, as far as like, if somebody copies something or whatever, the imitation is the best form of flattery, right? And so all you can do is focus on cultivating and curating good content, good product, and keep doing what you're doing, because the reality of the situation, there's only one you,
Same.
and that's all that ultimately matters. So, part of what we're doing this month is gifting away some of our favorite things. So, we want to know what, if any, code word you might have for us for the people that are going to be listening to this when this episode drops.
Absolutely. Do you want me to tell you now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. So the code word would be noon, because noon is also Kashmiri tea.
Oh.
So you could do good noon and noon chai. And if possible, I would love more than one winner, if that's okay with you guys.
Oh.
Free to do two or three. And if you want to be really fun about it, do five.
Oh
Um,
my
You
goodness. Did
kidding
you hear
me?
that?
we
Woo!
We would love to honor your guest with our Kashmiri chai with either, pistachios and almond blend, or a pack of garnishing rose. So
I
it would
love
make us
that.
so happy to do that.
Oh my gosh, that is like crazy. And I'm so sad that we can't win it, but that's okay. I'm just going to go online and order the value pack.
Exactly.
Okay.
We will absolutely be getting a box very soon for you.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm so happy to order it because now I need to give my daughter something else to do and teach her loose leaf tea so that she hands off my Kashmiri tea. But so the code word is going to be noon. I learned something new. I did not know Kashmiri chai is called noon, Noon. So this doesn't mean like high noon, like time.
No, no,
That's
noon
like in
chai
Kashmiri
is like,
language.
exactly, and that is the original, authentic word for Kashmiri chai. So I love to call it what it is, and it is noon
Give me
chai.
noon. Give me some
When
noon.
you are doing some noon chai,
Yeah.
that's how they see it. But when you're in distribution in this country, of course, you have to have the proper wording, the proper terminologies, and the proper ingredients listed. So
Hmm.
where our, that's where it changes. But it's Kashmiri chai has always been noon chai, and it will always be noon chai.
Yeah. So let's say for the three first people who get back to
Mhm.
Salam at mommyingwhilemuslim.com, you're going to win a pack of the noon chai, and the
Noon
code word
chai.
is noon chai. So send that to us
Yes.
at salam at mommyingwhilemuslim.com or DM it at Mommyingwhilemuslim podcast. And we are so grateful for your generosity in giving away
Thank
so
you.
many products. I'm so excited for everybody out there who's going to have Kashmiri chai at Eid now. Congratulations, guys.
Yes. And by the way, it's a great gift. What I've been telling everybody at the end of our episodes is any of the products or any of the entrepreneurs that we have and we're focusing on highlighting here on Mommy While Muslim, they're great gifts. Even if you already done it for yourself, gift it to somebody else.
Mhm.
Like some of what I'm doing is like mailing it to my family. I can never be with my family on Eid, and they're trying some of these products for they're trying some of these products that they might not have known about. And then they share the hair, as we like to say here on Mommyingwhilemuslim. So thank you so much. And where can people find you if they want to purchase the products themselves, Rabia?
Thank you. So our main hub is on Instagram as Chaishaiusa, and then our website is chaishaiusa.com. And we ship nationwide, and so we'll be happy to get it out to you and bring it to your homes.
And it comes really fast. It's like under a week. It'll be in your hot little hands and in your teacup. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for coming on, Rabia. We hope the rest of your Ramadan is awesome. And we can't wait to have you back when you're like, I don't know, shipping to the moon. That'd be great.
Yes.
Inshallah.
Those astronauts sipping their tea, their noon chai.
Chasing it like as it's like streaming through space, zero gravity.
Thank you for this amazing opportunity and allowing me to just speak my heart. I had a great time, and I really truly hope to be back soon.
Inshallah. Our trusted partner, Guidance Residential, the #1 U.S. Islamic home financing provider, is offering an exciting Ramadan special. This Ramadan, take advantage of their home purchase savings program by following 3 easy steps. Learn how to do that when you experience the guidance difference, and learn more at gr.link/Ramadan-FB-MWM-MAR23.